Bright lights.
We have the C.O.R.E team here, and is your advisor? I saw him back there.
Ran back.
Mark, you want to come up and say a few words about the team and introduce folks?
On your way up, I happened to see this, your predecessors in action about 4 or 5 years ago down in Milwaukee. And I would encourage anybody listening or any board members that have not had an opportunity to watch these competitions and mingle in the pits with the various schools that are involved. It is really a fabulous experience. First off, it's a lot of fun, right? Of course. But the beauty of it is having a lot of fun and applying a lot of the mathematical skills and many of the skills that they're learning in school to the actual activity with the robotics. So having said that, it's a lot of fun. Go ahead.
I'm not going to talk real long because we really, truly are a student-run team. I do want to take a moment to thank all of the other teachers, administrators, and school board members that did come to our competitions to support us. And the students really, truly do appreciate that and notice it and recognize it. So I would like to thank all of you that were able to come. As I mentioned, we are a student-run team, so I'm not going to talk too long. I'm going to turn it over to Emma Krauska. No?
Who is having Maya,
Maya Sarter, one of the presenters, and Andrew Labat, and David Farrell to do the presentation on what we're about and what we do.
Okay, welcome. Give us an idea what grade you are in our system too as you go.
All right, well, I go to South and I'm a freshman.
I'm a freshman and I go to the Waukesha Engineering Preparatory Academy.
I'm a senior and I go to the Waukesha Engineering Preparatory Academy as well.
I am a proud member of the first team, C.O.R.E 2062. C.O.R.E stands for Community of Robotic Engineers, and we are a first team that was founded 7 years ago. FIRST is an international organization for the inspiration and recognition of science and technology. As a FIRST robotics team, we are given an engineering challenge in a game format. We then have 6 weeks to build a functioning 120-pound robot that complete the task. This robot is then taken to regionals, and if we win, internationals. We just finished a wonderful season, peaking with C.O.R.E going to the internationals at St. Louis. Our mission statement is, C.O.R.E 2062 excites, explores, and celebrates science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, shares the joy with students, adults, and the community, and instills the values of leadership, ethical reasoning, and community awareness. We all take this mission statement to heart, making sure those words become something we live and breathe every day. Our student base spans 3 high schools, 2 academies, and a few homeschool students. Through this, we break a variety of stereotypes. For example, we have a large and growing percentage of girls on the team, as well as students who are interested in music, business, athletics, who create a well-rounded community. The breaking of stereotypes shows that STEM and FIRST are cool and desirable opportunities that students are excited to be involved in, and subsequently the involvement makes them more experienced for school, which has raised our team GPA to 3.71. Our students are the core of our team, and as such, we like to make sure that they're doing both in the school and the community. We have something called the homework board. This means that students who are ahead in school help those who need help in topics such as math and science. In doing this, it promotes better education and a closer bond between the students. C.O.R.E pulls over 85 members from these high schools, and we give these students a wide array of resources and opportunities. A school district is tasked with educating students so they develop skills and resources to become a contributing member of society and the leaders of the future.
Sorry. We give the students on our team the experience and knowledge to go into STEM careers. The STEM career field, which a majority of our team members go into, is a growing area which will help solve the problems of tomorrow. In a more realistic view, This team is giving students a way to go into a field that needs job and has room for continual growth. We have a wide variety of sub-teams that confront a wide range of challenges that our team is given. For example, we have a chairman's team that helps with PR, fundraising, and outreach. This helps develop community relations and leadership qualities. In addition to this, we have an engineering project manager, which exemplifies a student who has a key combination of different skills and gains experience by managing a large student body. Building a robot applies the school curriculums in math and science to a real problem. For example, this year's challenge required calculations of distance and trajectory for shooting a frisbee. The development of the drive required knowledge of gears and calculations of physical forces. But not all students build the robot. There are many more learning opportunities. The CAD team develops in-depth computer models that design and document the robot's functionality and dimensions. C.O.R.E is able to manufacture some of our robot's parts because of this computer modeling. These are technical skills that are necessary in tomorrow's workplaces. One of the most important values we instill is the need for communication between subteams. Our members learn how to work with each other to achieve a common goal.
These skills talked about before help them put them above the rest, because they are more well-rounded and experienced. This helps them when looking for colleges, scholarships, or anything for the future. Many colleges and universities, professional associations, and corporations offer college scholarships to high school students who are on a first team. Our team gives the high school students of the Waukesha School District the ability to participate in FIRST. These scholarships are recognition of the knowledge and technical skills and life skills that members have gained from participating in a FIRST competition and being part of C.O.R.E. For 2013, there are over 160 scholarship providers that are making available over 875 scholarship opportunities, totaling over $16 million. These students who receive scholarships and go on to colleges are tracked through our alumni information database. We use this program to remain connected with them if they want to come back and help mentor the team. We have many members that have gone on to MSOE, Harvard, or even MIT. This truly shows how the impact the team is having on C.O.R.E members. In addition, our team does many outreach activities that impact many students and adults. These activities don't just impact the members of C.O.R.E, but people that are throughout the district. C.O.R.E hosts a math night at Hillcrest Elementary. It is one of the many activities that we do to spread STEM and impact students. This night allows participants the opportunity to learn about math, at the same time giving the skills of STEM to STEM members interact and help teach younger students. As well as the math night, we have a safety day where we invited Whittier elementary students to South High School, and we taught them different skills and procedures about safety. Not only is this workshop teaching STEM skills, it is giving the students of Whittier Elementary real-world knowledge and skills. In addition to engaging younger students in STEM and safety skills, we break stereotypes by getting more girls excited about robotics and the STEM field. At the Waukesha STEM Academy, we host an after-school event called STEM for Girls, in which girls were invited to learn about robotics and get more excited about STEM.
In addition to participating in FRC, our team is involved in FLL, a FIRST program for younger students, ages 9 to 14. FLL is just another way that we are engaging the students in our community. Like FRC, it promotes STEM education and curiosity. We help FLL participants in a variety of ways. For example, several of our students mentor FLL teams. They use the experiences from their FLL and FRC experiences to give back and teach current FLL members about STEM. There are many elementary schools in the district that are part of this great program. Additionally, last year we hosted a regional FLL tournament with 39 teams in attendance. It was one of the largest and most smoothly run FLL tournaments in Wisconsin. Furthermore, our students have volunteered at 2 additional regionals as well as the state FLL tournament. Just as with FLL, our VEX program allows C.O.R.E to engage Waukesha's middle school students in STEM. During our team's preseason, we host league nights every Tuesday and Thursday. At league nights, our team members encourage younger students to use the VEX robotic system to design and perform a task in an innovative and creative way. We invite these students from some of our middle schools and elementary schools as well. One of the benefits of the VEX system is it allows students to learn leadership skills by taking charge of their creations. For the past 5 years, this program has allowed our team to reach over 150 students, as well as a few elementary school teams. In addition, VEX encourages these middle school students to continue their pursuit of STEM through high school by joining C.O.R.E and pursuing STEM in college.
C.O.R.E plays its own part in STEM by pushing the education of STEM internally. Team members gain STEM expertise and enthusiasm during their time on the team. In addition, there are signs that our students keep their STEM experience with them for the rest of their lives. Their recently instituted alumni information database, we have found that over 95% of C.O.R.E graduates go on to work in STEM-related fields.
As you can see, C.O.R.E 2062 is doing many exciting and engaging things throughout the year. What we are doing not only impacts the students of our team, but as you can see, what we are doing impacts students throughout the district. Every year, we are hoping on growing and expanding our program and the team so that everyone has the opportunity to learn about STEM principles and other vital skills for the future. We would like to thank the school district for all the support that you have given us this year and hope for more support in the future as we can continue to grow our relationship. Thank you.
Great, thank you.
Do you have any questions?
Yeah, let's see if the board has any questions or comments. Mr. Baumgart?
I have a comment, really not a question. Earlier this year, on one evening, I was over at South for a meeting of the governance board of the Engineering Academy. In the next room were most of these people and a whole bunch more, right? Because you got a big group.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, the energy walking through that room was almost scary. I mean, they were so into it that if we could always engage our kids to that level, we'd be knocking things down. Great. And I want to congratulate you guys for the work you've done, and keep it up, because I'm a strong believer in what we're doing in the STEM fields. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Langell?
Thank you, and wonderful presentation, well delivered, too. I mean, your skills in oratory are also good, as well as STEM. I know you're a freshman. Now, you two are seniors, am I correct?
I'm a senior.
We're both freshmen.
Oh, you're both freshmen, okay.
He's a
And where, do you know where you plan to go next year?
I'm planning on going to MSOE next year to study
okay, great.
the mechanical engineering.
Yeah, and I know they're a wonderful place and a good partner to us, so.
Yeah.
And thank you just so much. I mean, it's wonderful. We've been following and cheering for you. Thank you.
Ms. Reinacek?
Thank you. Yeah, our family was over there one, I believe it was a Saturday, I want to say, for some basketball games, I think a tournament, I'm not sure. The season is long. Anyway, you guys were in there, and it was buzzing, as Bill said. And your teacher, Mark, what's your last name?
Spur.
Yes. Oh, that's right. And remember, I told you I can't remember names very well, but you told me, think.
And how do you remember it?
Think Star Trek. Because it rhymes with spark. Tell me. Oh, yes, Dr. Spock, or whatever. I am not a Trekkie. Okay, so anyway, if I could try to relate everything that he said, he was taking me around and showing me all these different things. He's like, you have time, right? I'm like, yes. But to be able to say, it's not just about building a robot. There's so many things involved. And if you can just touch on one of the things that I really took away that I really appreciated was about the homework side. So there's a lot of, when you guys are getting ready, because you get the task or what you're going to be doing in January, and you only have until
6 weeks.
6 weeks to build that. And so your grades could slack. You could there's so many things that you need to do, and so you could be at the school late. Tell us about how you guys work together to get your homework done and so your grades don't slip.
Well, if you have if you have some questions on your homework, you can ask another member, just privately, or you can write your name on the board for some help, and then they'll sit down with you and explain, okay, this is what's wrong. And it's a little bit friendlier sometimes than going to a teacher, because you know the person and then they can adapt to what sort of personality you have. And also there is a grades requirement for being on our team to travel. You have to have at least above a 2.0 to travel because we need to keep our grades.
We also make sure to stress on our team that grades and schoolwork come before the team. So if a student is having trouble, they just go to an older student who's taken the class before.
And don't you have something like a homework club or something where mentors will actually come and help you guys? And then it attracted other people who weren't even in on the robotics team so that they could get extra help after school. And then you have this huge group of kids that are all just being mentored by these people that want to help. Out of all the things you do, that's what stuck out in my mind. So
Yeah.
Homework board.
thank you.
Ms. Brezink?
Yes. I'm just very, very impressed with your ability to express your excitement and enthusiasm for this project. You presented it very intelligently. I'm very, very impressed, and I agree with Dr. Langell. Your oratory was pretty impressive. There's just no doubt in my mind that you have greatly affected the future of many other students in our school district about the valuable experience that they can gain from participating in C.O.R.E 62. You're wonderful, wonderful, I would say, ambassadors for the program. So thanks to all the staff and adults that support you, and I'm so proud of you. I'm proud to represent you on the school board.
Others? Mr. Edlund?
Thank you, Mr. President. A couple things came to mind. First, I have to work on my oratory skills, definitely. Thank you guys for coming tonight, because I think everybody in the room got a sense of how, when we go through school, everybody needs to find their groove, okay? And you guys have definitely found your groove. Something that can lead you on beyond your years, but I think you'll always reflect back to those teachers of inspiration who led you in that direction, because I certainly remember mine, and I think everybody else here does too, and I'm glad that you've had such a positive experience. I think going forward, it's going to be, especially for the freshmen here, unfortunately, you're going to be graduating and missing the new implementation of iPads, but I think when it comes from sharing, which is what you guys do a lot of in collaboration, I'm really excited to see exactly where you're going to take our district in that area. You guys, I think, are going to be some of the leaders and pioneers in just what we're doing and taking us there on the journey. So I'm looking forward to hearing back from both of you in a few years to see how it's worked. We need feedback, so please come back and share that with us. And lastly, I'd like to thank the instructors and the parents who support these young students in their endeavors, because without the leadership and engagement, it's very difficult to get students involved to the level that these students obviously are, and I think you guys recognize that. So make sure that you thank your parents and thank your teachers for what they're doing for you, because what they're giving you is just an awesome gift in life. Thank you.
Mr. Como?
I'm sorry, I forgot the senior's name.
Dave.
Dave? Dave. Have you been on CORE all 4 years?
Yes, I have.
Can you share with us how perhaps CORE has evolved over those 4 years? And I'm assuming there's been some changes.
Well, let's see if I can remember back that far.
That's
Yeah,
more
wait,
my
wait,
job.
When I entered my freshman year, I remember just coming into the first few meetings and seeing, whoa, look at how big this program is. I didn't understand anywhere, not even half of all the things that go on behind the scenes for the team. I saw the robot work at demonstrations before, and I went, oh, that's cool. They must just build a robot. But then when I got involved, I really just saw how much it wasn't just, okay, here's designs, go out and just build it. It's actually students, like more and more students building, designing, programming the robot, creating the chairman's presentation, doing everything on the team. I realized over the years, and I've noticed that it has become a lot more student-run, student-driven, stuff that helps the students learn and develop their skills. For example, in previous years, we didn't have the engineering project manager position. This year we do, and it's taught that person and the rest of the people on the team valuable skills about how projects are managed and run.
What? I'm sorry. What is your favorite aspect of it?
I personally like one of the more behind-the-scenes aspects. It's called scouting. It's basically where we look at other teams' robots at competition, evaluate them and how they play in certain matches, and then basically figure out the data on that team and figure out how to compete against them in our next match.
So
We can predict like what the match.
you're
is
going to work
be.
for our federal government. So
It's called
probably do a
spying.
darn good job of it. And we need people like you. Thank you for sharing.
Anyone else? I guess I'd like to offer a couple of comments. Activities like C.O.R.E, Project Lead the Way, our engineering academy and STEM happen to be near and dear to my heart because my undergraduate degree is in civil engineering from the University of Wisconsin. I also find it interesting that I didn't really know whether civil engineering was right for me, really right for me, until my junior year in college. And with the programs that we have, that students can get involved literally at first grade and test all of those technical fields and get involved in actually applying things that they're learning, gives you a really good taste to be able to answer that question a lot sooner in the game than my generation. So I'm very, very happy with how we have structured our curriculum and some of these very, very valuable programs that you can choose to be involved in. Also, I like the descriptions tonight because it gives all of us and our community that might be listening in that it's more than building a robot that may toss rings or shoot a basketball or some type of competitive activity. It is much deeper and richer and broader than that. And I think that that's really important for all of us as well as our community to understand and to hear. I would just have one other question. I know that collaboration is a big deal. And that's a skill that these types of activities really test you. Like Mr. Baumgart said, the energy in the room. You got a lot of folks trying to focus on certain things. You got one group trying to do this, another group trying to do this. And tell me how smooth that goes, working with the various personalities and the various priorities. Give us a little flavor about what you've learned about maybe a little bit of cooperation.
Well, I think it actually works pretty well because everybody kind of puts aside their differences to work towards a common goal. As we said, there's sub-teams, so like there's like chairmans who works on like the PR stuff and like the mechanic who actually works on the robot, CAD. Within those groups, they're working together to reach one goal, and then so they work closely, like personally with each other, and then all the sub-teams work together, like usually they're like representative or sort of leader. They work together to make sure that we're all staying on task and working together. I know a lot, like CAD and mechanical and programming work really closely together because they have to actually make the robot function. And whereas chairmans and scouting, we work more like online.
Well, another thing that we do is we have absolute consensus, is what we use to decide anything about a robot or the strategy of a robot. So this year the challenge was shoot discs into different sections of this wall, or you could climb this pyramid, will give you X amount of points. And now you have to decide, well, do you want to try to shoot those discs, or do you want to climb the pyramid? You could do both, but really it's a decision on which one you want to do. And with 85 members, we use absolute consensus that we have to decide every aspect of a robot, from the drivetrain to how, like, what do we want to do in autonomous, to whether we want to shoot, to climbing the robot, with absolute consensus. And so I think collaborating, it's a challenge, but I think that the initial process of having every single student agree with the idea gets them behind what we're doing. Because maybe it won't be their first idea, maybe it won't be what they wanted, but at least it's an idea that they can support and that they can move throughout the whole year. And I think that's a major part of collaboration, because if we just said, oh, well, at least half the people want this idea, then you're gonna have some difficulties going throughout the year when you have obstacles to go over, and some people are like, well, I didn't want this from the beginning. So I think what Maya said, as well as Absolute Consensus and our engineering project manager, it's kind of all together. We try to put it all together to make a cohesive team, but we're never perfect. I mean, we're always gonna have to work it out, which we're gonna have to do, and what our leaders of our team hope to do, and that's what some of the mentors are there to do. But it's a challenge, and I think that we try to work at it through the whole year.
Yeah, I think you're going to find that as probably being one of the more exceptional learning experiences that you've had from not only this, but fundamentally within our district over the last several years, we've had a definitive shift towards collaborative learning. And that's the real world.
That's right.
I mean, we could all think about the various occupations that we've been in, and it is very rare to find an occupation where someone doesn't have to collaborate on a daily basis with somebody or groups of people or consultants. So that's one of the reasons why there's such an emphasis within our district, and I'm happy about that. And again, it's fundamental for you guys getting to the finish line, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Ms. Reinacek, last comment?
Yes, I just wanted to mention everything that you just said. Do you realize that there are adults who don't think like you? There are adults who still don't get it. If you can take what you just said and what you truly mean and take that into the real world, I can't wait for you to come back and apply in this district or be a mentor to the other kids, because you're freshmen and everything that you said is so mature, and the fact that you understand that everything that you're doing, that the bosses want you to come into those companies and run it the way that you guys are running that robotics lab. So I just can't wait to see where you're going to go, what you're going to do with your future, because you guys are stars, so thank you.
All right, thanks a lot. Parents, thank you. All right.